Hello and welcome to today's spring equinox episode. This is the first weekend of spring 2025. Today I will talk about bees because bees are so important and vital for the health of the planet and for us as humans. And so, in the recognition of the importance of bees in our environment, it is essential to know that they are here to give us lasting health for the planet and for us to have the food that we have access to. And without them, we would not have the diversity of all the foods that we have, because they are a key pollinator of the flowers that then turn into different foods that we eat, right? So without this proper diversity of these friendly pollinator friends, we would soon perish, or at least not be living life as we once had known it to be. Bees even share similarities to music. And I love music so much, so I thought I would kind of dabble into the similarities that they share, because they make their vibrational, essence of sound. And I thought there's got to be some kind of correlation between the vibration that they're giving off when they're pollinating to what is happening when we hear music and what it does to our bodies. And so I dug in and did a little research, and they do share quite a bit. Both bees and music harness vibrational energy to create movement and change. Just like music relies on sound waves and vibrations to convey meaning, bees communicate through vibrations using buzz pollination. Buzz pollination is like a special sonic form of vibrating their wings. They're like vibrating their little wings at a specific frequency to release the pollen from the flowers. So when they're going up to the flower, they're like doing this little dance, and that vibration and that sound actually will extract the pollen from the flowers that they need then to take to the hive to produce all the wonderful medicine that they produce. So when the bees are performing this waggle-like shake your booty dance to inform hive members about the food sources that they're bringing back, this dance has a rhythmic pattern to it, much like the beats in music, right? So just like music follows patterns and tempos, bees rely on timed movements to share information, ensuring harmony with their community. Another fascinating conjunction are the shared frequencies and healing sounds. Bees produce a humming sound at frequencies that resemble healing sound therapy tones, like the 432 hertz, often called the frequency of nature. So I love learning all these things. The natural hum that bees emit that's coming out, that like natural bee hum, has been studied for its calming and meditative effects. Much like flute music or Tibetan singing bowls, it's a similar frequency. And there are even wellness practitioners that are using apiary therapy. It's called quote unquote apiary therapy, where people sit near beehives to experience the healing vibrations. So it's not very surprising to me, but just fucking amazing. Bees contribute to the soundscape of nature, much like birds, wind, and water create natural music. Their buzzing is a sign of a healthy ecosystem, as music is often used to measure the emotional or cultural health of a society. Studies show that bees adjust their buzzing frequencies based on environmental needs, similar to how musicians tune their instruments. Some experiments suggest that plants may listen to bee frequencies, increasing nectar production when they detect buzzing sounds. Yep, so that's just like what I was saying in the beginning, that when I was doing this research, there was, something I found that says that that's what happens is the nectar, gets released more when they come along with that frequency. So when you think about that, it's like when we're hearing, music and the frequencies are making us feel a certain way, it's making us like open up too, right? Like the flowers like opening up and being like, here, like you're feeling like more giving. I'm going to give you some of what I have. And maybe then, when we're hearing certain frequencies that are like opening our hearts up, right? And like, we're feeling like we want to be like more loving and more giving. I just love these similarities. So bees and music rely on vibration, rhythm, harmony, and frequency to create connection and balance, whether in a hive or a concert hall. Just as bees pollinate flowers to sustain life, music nourishes the human spirit, creating a symphony of nature and sound. And so in support of bee health for a brighter, sustainable future, I'd like to introduce the Bee Girl organization. This is an organization that oversees the bee regeneration project up in Southern Oregon, and it is owned by CEO Sarah, who is the founder. She's been working with many other communities in the Pacific Northwest and beyond to bring back bee health for good. Here is a quote from one of her blogs. The current agricultural practices often prioritize short-term yields over long-term ecological health, leading to monocultures, chemical dependencies, and habitat loss of bees and other fauna. These practices exacerbate the challenges bees are facing, diminishing their ability to fulfill their vital pollination roles. And without immediate and sustained intervention, the decline in bee populations will continue, jeopardizing the resilience of the ecosystems and the stability of our food supply. To build a future where bees enrich our working landscapes and lives, it is imperative to adopt and promote regenerative agriculture practices that promote biodiversity and coexistence. Bee Regenerative is committed to leading this charge in partnership with our stakeholders, but we need the support of like-minded individuals, communities, and organizations to amplify our impact and drive meaningful change. That is a quote from one of their blogs. I'm going to put a link in the show notes of the podcast. And I wanted to share one of the core values of BGO is regeneration, as I was just speaking about the Regeneration Bee project that they have. It says that we uplift and support producers who use agricultural practices to improve the landscape instead of degrading it. A working landscape undergoing regeneration boosts a diversity of multiple species of insects, plants, and mammals, has water infiltration and holding capacity, and cycles and stores carbon. We also highly value the regeneration of human hearts, minds, and communities by advocating for more heartbeats per acre in our working lands. And you can read more about the awesome work and values of this amazing organization. I will put a link. Like I said, I would highly suggest checking out her website. It's beautiful. You can see all the flowers and the bees and all the good work that's happening and just really learn a shit ton. So that is just what I wanted to cover today, just kind of letting you know how important it is to know that what you're eating, especially if it's healthy food, it is coming from bees. I mean, no matter what you're eating, it's all coming from pollination from our bee friends. So it's very important to realize that, to not be afraid of them. I'm also going to put a link to 10 ways that you can show love and support for bees. And of course, planting wildflowers and flowers that they can really extract nectar from for future pollination is very important to bee health and diversity. So I'm going to share a couple of links, and happy spring to everybody. I thought it was a perfect time to share this. Thank you for joining me today. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Stay strong. Peace out for now.